Welcome to Heart, where we break the silence, bridge the gaps, and bring real conversations about mental health to the forefront. I'm your host, Lee Yaffe, founder and director of The Long Short Road. Today's show is sponsored by Kaplan Interpreting Services. When every word matters, trust Kaplan Interpreting Services. From weddings where vows cross language barriers to therapy sessions and medical visits where clarity means everything, Kaplan ensures that no message gets lost. Businesses and law firms rely on us for accurate, compliant translations that protect and connect. Whether it's Italian at a ceremony or Spanish in the workplace, Kaplan bridges the gap because every word counts. Call 833-547-7770 or visit www.kaplaninterpreting.com to learn about how Kaplan Interpreting Services can be there for you. My guest today is Dr. Gila Gavrielov. Dr. Gavrielov, a specialist in crystal healing, combines expertise in gemology and behavior sciences to help thousands of people worldwide. Renowned as a leading authority on healing stones, she explores the link between emotional balance and physical health. A sought-after lecturer, she also speaks at top universities in Europe and the US. There are many, many more things I can say about Gila, both professionally and personally. Genuinely, she is an incredible person, an incredible healer, and someone I'm honored to call part of my family. But I will let her do the talking. So, Dr. Gavrielov, welcome to Heart. I'm so happy to have you here.
Oh, I'm all smiles. Like I have a huge smile on my face. And
Two.
thank you. It's an honor and pleasure for me.
And
And like a good Jewish mama, I think, I remember you as a girl and I'm so proud of you. And here I am.
I love it. It's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you
It's
very much.
I'm so excited. So let's start with, I would love for you to share with our listeners a little bit about your story. How did you become interested in human behavior and gemology? Like that's such a fascinating combination. So how did that start for you?
Okay. The answer is so simple, and I really thank God for it. Like I was born in a jewelry store.
Hmm.
Practically, my parents used to own the most beautiful, amazing jewelry store on Dizengoff Street, which was like Champs Elysees of Paris.
Right.
It was the main street in Tel Aviv with the most beautiful stores, and their jewelry store was a huge one with departments for silver jewelry, gold jewelry, custom jewelry, jewelry with diamonds and precious stones, a workshop for handmade jewelry and fixing jewelry. Like uh, it was really unique, and I was born there. So my best friends as a kid were those gemstones that my father liked a lot. And then it wasn't so popular like now to see, rocks of gemstones every here and there. Um, it really was it wasn't as fashionable as now, and for sure nobody considered it as the real medication of God. That's how I call it today.
Right.
We'll
Right.
get there. We'll get there. Nevertheless, when I wanted, after I graduated, mm, and I wanted to go to university, I thought about how I can help people. Something like psychology, Um, and that's how I decided I wanted to go for human behavior. And then my father, that I really adored him. Uh, so he said, you know what? I suggest you go first to gemology. Uh, Gem, like it's a precious stone, and it's actually everything, the chemical and physical structure of the gem stones. And he said, go for that, and I'll support you in your studies, and later you'll go uh, to learn what you really wanted from the beginning,
Wow.
uh, about the human soul, and how to understand people better, to try and help them.
Mm.
And yeah, I took his advice, and he really um, didn't forget his promise, and he supported me all the way, because it took time to. I first had my PhD in gemology, and then in human behavior, and
Wow.
and he was there for me.
Wow.
um I It took time for me to combine between the two, and the one who did it, uh I'm answering without your question.
You
uh
knew what my next question was going to be.
no, I'm such a baby, and I'm very excited to say that the one who made this connection was the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Uh, when like I was taken to visit him, it wasn't my idea.
And
I wasn't from. I
that's you.
wasn't there at all, and he was the one to say, hey, you deal with the real medication of God. He was the one to say that. So that's how I realized that I have a fortune, that it is amazing to really to offer people the opportunity to analyze them, because analyzing with the gems, it's like an X-ray for the soul and the body, and
Wow.
then healing them with the gems.
That's amazing. And can I ask how long after you met with the Rebbe for the first time did you start becoming, I mean, like that that's such an amazing, first of all, the fact that you were willing to go when you weren't from, because I know a lot of people would, write off like, oh, I'm not from, I don't have a connection, whatever, but you went, and that the Rebbe was able to recognize that, and he really, like, I can imagine that had a huge impact on your work.
Well, I cannot accept the compliment, unfortunately, because I don't deserve it. I was taken without. I I didn't wish to go, but um, like this rabbi, amazing one, I'll let him rest in peace, Rabbi Shlush.
Hmm.
Um, like he lived in New York, and he always volunteered to take us doctors from Tel Aviv University. He used to host us and to drive us and to take care of our trip when we came to New York. And on on the way one morning, on the way to my lecture, he said, we are going through 770, the Rebbe's house, and you'll have the honor, maybe to see him for a minute.
Mm.
And that's what he did without even asking me.
Wow.
So I stood there, with a crowd before the 770,
Mm.
uh, like only trying to think when when I'll be over this event that I don't even wish to be there. Yeah. Um, and until this car stopped, and the Rebbe, he went out, and he he looked on the people around, and he looked for me. He looked at me, on me, for
Hmm.
like very short, but like I only realized, Lee, only later. I love to remember this moment because it was so different, nothing I felt before. I felt later, I understood that he didn't look at me, he looked through me.
Mm.
And wow, what was it? And then he did it, and he kept on walking
Wow.
into the house, and I forgot already that I don't know what I'm doing there, and I'm following him. I'm following him, and he went in, and I'm after him. And then before he entered his room, he looked again on the people. I wasn't the only one to follow, and there were people. He talked a few words. He didn't talk to me, but he left me a smile. Wow. And like then I didn't have the terms to say, what a tzaddik was, what a mala, what an angel. Like I didn't have the terms. Like I thought, oh, what a film actor. Wow. Like, wow. And that's it. He went into the room, and I was standing there, and I started to feel the tears coming out of my eyes, and I, oh, how I cried. All my makeup, was like
God.
ruined totally.
Wow.
um it was a very, very, I don't know if I have the terms to describe it, but it was so strong. um like consider the fact that I wasn't religious, and like it came from nowhere,
Wow.
but wow, it really, like you could feel it's a mess. It's like, yeah, he is human, but like he's a messenger of God, or very, very special, very unique, very mm, full of holiness, that I felt it. I felt it with my body and soul.
Wow. It's amazing. And wow. And it's so funny because knowing you now and knowing that you are such a chassid of the Rebbe, in your life now, to imagine you as a not religious person standing in front of 770, like that's a very wow. Wow. So Gila, can you explain for our listeners? I mean, even for me, and I know what you do because I'm familiar with what you do, but even so, how does it work combining crystals, human behavior? Like how do you what does that even look like? Like what does the healing with the crystals look like? I know you have, and I've had the great honor of experiencing it firsthand. You do something called a nivchun, which is a diagnosis and healing with crystals. But like walk us through what that looks like. Someone comes into your clinic and what happens?
Okay, like if you allow me,
Yes.
I want to give like a short background to the issue, because I felt that two things uh, give me a lot of strength. First, the knowledge. that you can find the sources about it in many places in our Torah. It starts from Abraham, Father Abraham, I mean, that it's written in Midrash Rabbah that he had a gem hanging on his chain, on his chest, that each one that used to look at it used to heal.
Wow.
And when Midrash Rabbah, and after he passed away, God put it in the sun.
Wow.
בגלגלה של חמה, yeah? In the wheel of the sun. And that's why the sun has such a healing power.
Wow.
Yeah?
Wow.
It starts there and it goes through the gem that Noah had in his ark, and it goes through, of course, the breastplate, the choshen, the breastplate of the big Kohen. Yeah?
Right. Right.
And then a lot of other sources, like Rabbeinu Bechayeh, in his explanation about the Torah, in Shmot, and in the he writes there, Parashat Tetzaveh, he gives a whole list, like in a pharmacy, what helps to concentrate better, what helps not to fear, what helps for self-confidence, etc.
Wow.
And even, can you imagine, Lee, in the Gemara, Masechet Shabbat, and why Masechet Shabbat? Daf Samach Vav, page Bet. Why there? Because a woman, it's written there that a woman can go with a gem on her, even though there is no Eruv, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
on Shabbat, because it will keep very safely her pregnancy.
Wow.
The tekuma
Wow.
gem. So the fact that it's written in our Torah, and it is so strong, and you can find it in so a variety of sources.
Right.
It gives me a lot of strength.
Yeah.
One, and on the other hand, I cannot ignore the fact that my knowledge is backed by science. Yeah,
Right. Right.
gemology is practically science. It's the chemical and the physical structure of the gem. If a
Mm-hmm.
gem has iron in it, of course it makes sense that it will strengthen you, right? And if a gem has calcium, it will be good for your bones and for your spine, right? And
Wow.
if a gem has lithium, it will help you to stay stable with your moods.
Wow.
So it has a very, very scientific basic. And for me, the combination between the two, and the fact that that it's backed by science and by Torah, or I should say, first Torah and then science,
Mm.
it's the proof that helps me a lot to convince people,
Mm.
and to be so sure that it's an honor for them to use it, and to
Right.
see how good it is,
Right. And
and
it's
to see how you can heal yourself without chemicals. I'm for I'm for the regular medicine, and I thank God that He gave the doctor the power to heal. Of course, we are complementary, yeah, but we have a very, very good point with a good tradition. The fact now is that one, I'm 77, and I, before you, I spoke with my son, and he told me, "You work too much, mommy. Hey, you're 77 already." But if people are coming and you feel how you can help them, it is so amazing, and one sends the other. And also, I teach it for many, many years, and I have many students here in Israel, but also in the United States and in Europe, and many of them are bigger than me already, and I'm so proud of them.
Mhm.
And we all heal with the gems and with essences that we prepare from the gems.
Right.
All this was the background.
Mhm. And I just want to
Now I'm ready to answer your question.
And I just want to add one thing that I appreciate so much, the fact that you brought the two together, the sources from Torah and from science, because even me personally, someone who has experienced the incredible nature of your work, I remember being very skeptical of this. I remember coming into your office the first time to have to do a diagnosis and ivchun and being like, okay, like kind of rolling my eyes, like let's see what this is going to be like. So I think
Right.
that background is very important, because when you hear gemstones and behavior sciences and what does one have to do with the other, you're right. Knowing that these sources are rooted in Torah and in science is very it's very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you said it. And yeah, but it's like for me, it's like becoming religious, and and people wonder what what's the heck, like how what what are you doing? Do you miss anything? Well, what's the matter? And when I tell them, it happened to me, not as a youngster. Yeah,
Right.
I was already like the middle of my 30s. Yeah, so um, quite quite old. Um, and I think, oh gee, uh, I will maybe I would live all my life without knowing the truth,
Mm,
without touching the real essence, without getting this amazing contact with God,
right.
you know and and I feel it's on the same level that um you you try to explain people, you know God, I think, he's such a genius to make medications so beautiful as the gemstones, and like he gave us the fruits and the vegetables so colorful, uh, to get the vitamins, right?
Right.
He gave us the gems for the minerals,
Yeah.
and we are made from the same minerals we find in the gemstones,
Wow.
and and um, and it works on the same wavelengths. So, like when we miss something, we love to get it from the gems. Maybe now I'll explain, um, coming from this point, how really the analyzing works. Should I do that?
Well, we're actually out. We're going to come back to that because we are running out of time, but I know that you're going to be back with us next week to keep talking about that. So I'm going to stop you there and
Oh,
we're going to leave everyone on a cliffhanger, but we will be back next week with Dr. Gavrielov to continue this discussion and learn more about the diagnosis aspect and how the healing actually works. But for now, I will thank you, Dr. Gavrielov, for starting us off in this way, and I'm excited to continue this conversation with you in our next episode. Um, and
I also thank you so much, and it had a taste of more.
yes, which
I
we'll be back for.
good.
Thank you for tuning in to Heart to Heart. If you or someone you love is struggling, please know there is hope and help is within reach. Since 2019, the Long Short Road has been walking alongside at-risk individuals, offering trauma-informed programs, a non-emergency hotline, and a community that fosters healing. No one has to go through this alone, and we are here for you. Discover how the Long Short Road is changing lives. Visit www.thelongshortroad.com or email us at info@thelongshortroad.com to learn more. You can be part of this mission. Sponsorship opportunities for Heart to Heart are available. Honor a loved one, support your community, and help us make mental wellness resources accessible to those who need them most. Until next time, remember, love and connection are the greatest healers. This is Lee Yaffe reminding you, hope is here, healing is possible, and you are never alone. Together, we're walking this long, short road to a brighter future.